Welcome, Anime Lately podcast listeners and YouTube podcast watchers, to another episode of the Anime Lately podcast. I'm your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here with me are my Brotakus. Introducing first, the Game Master, the Director of Anime, Mr. King of Games, himself, Ray Apollo. Our next co-host is a legend in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Trigun and One Piece. The one, the legendary, the Vash, Miguel And finally, our next co-host, we've brought him back from the dead with the Dragon Balls, and it's all thanks to Ray Apollo. He is the CEO of the Careful for Spoilers podcast network and the founder of the No Anime, No Life Facebook group. He has a great knowledge of movies. The great and talented JB, James Bond.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
I'm back. You did it. Welcome back. I told Miguel I wouldn't use those Dragon Balls for him. I would save them for you, and I did. I kept my promise.
It's because our community brought me back to life last, so Ray had to take the opportunity to use his Dragon Balls this time.
Did they though? I mean, but yes. Hey.
Yeah. Great use. And great to have you back, James. It's been a while. Wow.
It is good to be back.
Oh man, it was a great podcast, but it didn't feel the same without you, James. Like, we needed your feedback, and we wanted to hear your thoughts.
All is right in the universe, though, because I mean, James has done exactly what needed to be done.
That's very true.
He's rectified his watching habit, and I think Demon Slayer has finally been caught up. Can I get a round of applause?
Amen.
You did it.
Hallelujah!
Oh, thank God. Caught up on Demon Slayer, and now we can actually talk about it again.
Yes.
Yep, Brotakus, we do this all the time in every episode, and we're not going to stop doing. Well, we've been watching many summer anime season this summer, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about them. Let's start with Demon Slayer episode 21. James, you have the floor.
Oh, man. So this episode, I mean, the last 7 episodes of Demon Slayer, I mean, let's be honest. All of the episodes of Demon Slayer have just been on point. It just gets better and better and better. The visuals are simply insane. Tanjiro continues to prove that he is one of the best shonen characters to date. Like, I remember saying this on episode 3 or 4 of this podcast. I knew Demon Slayer was going to be huge. Do you guys remember when Demon Slayer was trending on Twitter?
Yep.
It was going nuts. That was episode 19, right?
Worldwide, by the way. Not just in the U.S. Worldwide.
It's insane. And from that point, it just keeps getting better and better. You start to learn more about Tanjiro, more about what he really wants out of all of this, how he has sympathy for these demons. He sees the tragedy. He sees that some of them, all of them used to be human, and some of them didn't want this. And it's still their job to kill them, but that doesn't mean that you can't have sympathy for them. And Tanjiro is such an amazing character. Like, what did you guys think of this episode? Like, I can't wait to talk about it.
This episode really made me love the voice actress of Shinobu. Amazing voice cast. The way she's just so mean, but also with a beautiful voice, and say, like, let me dissect you. Let me ask you a couple questions. But then she has no questions, comes and tries to kill Nozoku, and then she says, no. Gayu protects Tanjiro and Nezuko, and I love that. That's a beautiful dynamic of a pupil and some type of
It's more of a senior junior thing, yeah.
And that was a beautiful, like, and plus, then my girl Nezuko running was amazing. that has been used as a meme throughout the whole weekend, and I love it.
And I had no idea what it meant. And then I finally see the episode and she shrinks and she's just running. Like
Nezuko is a really weird demon. We're learning that more and more. She is such a weird demon that they don't even know what she is. She's a very unique type of demon.
They don't know
she can do anything she needs to do to get out of a situation.
They don't know how to classify her because like she's a special demon that don't talk, don't know how to kill and everything. Like I don't know what's gonna be the repercussion next episode.
Do you remember what I said about Nezuko? It was many episodes ago now. Do you remember what I said? Nezuko's supposed to be one of the 12.
Yeah.
Absolutely supposed to be one of the 12.
I remember that. Because it makes sense though after episode 19 and you see her blood demon art and then the fire.
Because remember what they said about demons and blood arts? Blood arts aren't just something that demons have. That's special to either the 12 or those very close to Muzan.
And also, Muzan is the one that bit her. So he maybe
we don't know what he did to her. We don't know if he bit her or if he just gave her his blood. We don't know what happened.
Whatever he did, I mean, it caused the reaction that turned her into a demon. I mean, exactly. I think that's the only thing that matters. I mean,
because it does matter how he decided to turn her into a demon. Remember, he does it different.
That's true. That's true.
Got it differently for multiple of them, and so I'm like, well, how? It's like what actually happened? I want to know.
And we learn a little bit with his blood when he gave his blood to Rue because he was a sick boy when he grew up. He wasn't allowed to go outside to play with the kids. You feel sympathy for him. And then the moment where Muzan comes in, tells you like, oh, drink this and you get a better body. You'll be more cured. That's how he gets the white hair. And like he had no choice but to eat people in order to survive and live.
And from the looks of it, that was just one drop of his blood. Did that to Rui, which is insane.
Muzan,
he's crazy powerful.
I was about to say that Muzan without the hat and without the look of Michael Jackson type of look, he still looks like a badass. So like that's him.
His character design is just great. It's a really like hip, like cool evil guy. They do it really well with him. But I want to know more about Muzan. Young Muzan, like how he became what he is. Like I want to know more about this character because I feel like this character is really interesting. But no, this episode, goodness gracious, seeing how the actual like the Demon Slayer core works was really cool. I was like, oh, I didn't like this is like no, this is the whole organization. They have more people that come and do the cleanup work than they do the people who slay the demons. And I was like, oh. That's actually really cool to see. It kind of shows you the inner workings of like just this world that they have inside their normal world, which was kind of nutty, honestly. The whole thing with them mummifying them as they like healed them was that was super cool and also kind of funny.
I thought of that as they just wrapped them up to look like cocoons, so that when they're all up better, they'll just be blooming in butterflies.
Yeah. I was like, this was a good episode. And then the fight between the Hashiras, I don't know how to say that word, Hashiramas, I think it is.
Hashiras.
Hashiras was like they are nutty, like super nutty. And then we finally got to see the rest of them. We got to see their faces. They're not just silhouettes anymore. And we got the big Oppai waifu, and I was so excited. I was like, finally, we got one of this show. It's here.
It was funny. I did not notice the big Oppai until like days later, and I find it funny how you noticed it first before me.
Instantly. Oh, I know what I like.
I know this one guy that had these giant nunchucks, and I'm thinking this is the same guy from Shaman King. This is Lee Pai Long right there. It was awesome. That's Lee Pai Long.
What I like about it is that all these pillars look so different of each other, and they look like they have their own type of characteristics, and that's what I like about it. They all look different, unique, and their own powers, their own breath form, or whatever it may be. I love it. So it looks very unique for each character.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes now because I haven't read ahead. So I wonder what happens with Tanjiro and Nezuko, like, because she said that's literally the title episode. The corpse rules. It goes against the corpse rules. So I'm like, well, are they going to kick him out? What's going to happen? I don't know. I'm worried.
It is.
I mean, I don't know. I think they'll go the anime route. I mean, they're gonna experiment on her in some way, and I mean, I think they'll just let him go.
I hope so.
I could see that mainly because Nezuko hasn't really eaten anybody or hurting anybody. I mean, just
exactly.
No,
And
she
she can be used to kill other demons. Use her as a weapon.
Well, hopefully they'll be like, yeah, we can teach you how to fight demons. Hopefully is what I hope. But it looks like because all she's done is like literally all Nezuko's done is sleep and fight demons. That's all she's done.
and like shrink.
I want to see her grow like how she was in the very first episode.
Yes,
I want to see her that big fighting.
Yes,
I need it now.
We know she already has really strong kicks already, so it's possible to see that.
She's just a really strong demon. So I'm really like I want like them to explain like her full like breadth of abilities. Like what the heck are you? What can you do?
I'm also interested with Inosuke as well. Like, he realized his weakness, like how his own self-training it didn't get him anywhere. He wasn't able to manage to kill any demons.
I mean, he realized his humanity. Like I think it's what he realized he was shown his mortality, and it was also like, oh yeah, okay, still a human, still have a long way to go, essentially.
And that's good.
It's important. Yeah,
definitely.
It's like,
and I'm wondering
you still have room to grow. You have not reached the pinnacle yet.
And I'm also wondering, like, will one of the Hashiras will be able to train him or something? Because
could be possible.
Because like maybe finally he'll have a real like style to use for a breath style.
Maybe, or they'll make him hone what he knows. So,
or better create more, or better at least maybe adapt with his beast.
Because as we've seen, styles can be adapted and new things can be added to them, and forms can be created. So, yeah, possible.
Really possible.
The calm form that he made, the river, that shit was amazing.
That was sick. I'm like 11th form. What?
What, bitch? What? That's fucking dope.
And Shinobu and her butterfly, the poison, and be like, she didn't even touch me. I just got a little bit scratches, but I'm still good. Like, all right, I'm gonna try to kill you. Next thing you know, she's been infected by poison. It's like, oh,
she is terrifying.
She's scary. I told you who her parents are. I showed you. Wait, were you here for that? Oh no,
Captain Unahara.
Unahara and God, what's his name?
Captain his name.
But Mayuri. So Umahara and Mayuri for Bleach. So the scientific division and the real Kenpachi. Those are her parents, 100%. Because she's brutal, but she's like, I want to experiment on you and take you apart.
I love that she designed this poison just for demons.
Of course.
I love how they also made a point to say that she built an antidote for that spider poison on the scene, like on the spot. She built that antidote, which is nuts.
It shows that she's very knowledgeable.
And how she's actually quick, and she can literally like float almost near flying. Like she is
like a butterfly.
Like a butterfly. That's amazing. I was like, damn. Like how fast you can travel with that.
But our boy was holding back and still got up there and got her in a headlock.
Oh, that shit shocked me.
She had a hidden blade in her shoe. It's like, whoa, shit, no.
So these demon slayers are highly skilled and very lethal.
And they're funny as well. Like they have interesting chemistry because my dude said, like, you don't know that nobody don't like you. Like he like, shut up. Still having her headlock still. Like,
I don't know, but I like those characters. Those characters are good. They're a good addition. I like that, and I'm glad that. So I was worried that he was going to pretend like he didn't remember Tanjiro, and I'm very glad that he stood up for Tanjiro because he knew he was like it was basically him saying, "Oh, thank God, what I was hoping was true." And he's like, nope, you cannot hurt them.
I mean, it could be his masters, right? And him, maybe wrote letters to each other, what's been going on and stuff. How the training going, how the sister is. Like, yeah, she's actually pretty harmless. She's been just sleeping this entire time.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I mean, he didn't recognize him at first, but he figured it out eventually.
He did.
Another thing, I wonder if James and Ray realized Tanjiro didn't get Ruei's blood. The blood that they were supposed to use to test to see if they could find the antidote for Nezuko.
That's fine because, like you said, I don't remember how many samples she said she needed, but
Rue is part of the 12.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering his blood could be pretty important too.
Yeah, it would have been very important,
Yeah.
but it's just this one was a little bit more than he was expecting. So
I'm wondering, like, would it blow the demon woman's spot, since she's technically a demon and a demon slayer kills all demons? Wouldn't the demon slayers go after her as well?
if they could find her,
Yeah.
But I think they're also going to realize that there are good demons, which is something they'll have to take. That's something they'll tackle, I'm sure. That not all demons are bad, They'll figure that out because, like I said, they didn't want to be made that way, but they were.
Well, when it came to Gayu, it's like, why are you giving sympathies for this demon? Like, he was just no other stuff like that. And yet Tanjiro is the only one that's crying. It's like giving him some warmth, just like giving him a pat in the back.
It's called empathy.
I don't know if Gayu had that empathy, or it could be just like he just doesn't like people in general, but he doesn't have that empathy in him.
I mean, we'll figure it out. I like that there's such a variety in the characters and their personalities. They all have different beliefs and treat people differently. And I don't know, it's a very well written show, to the point that I'm like, I can't wait to see what this person writes next. Excuse me, because it's so good. I feel like it's written by such a wholesome person that I'm like, I want you to write more stuff, please. So I don't know, I love it.
Agree. Let's move on to Dr. Stone, episode 8. James, again?
Best anime of the season, of summer season.
That's still Demon Slayer.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But this episode was really good. I love seeing Senku and the other guy. What is his name?
Crom?
Yes.
Crom.
Yes, I love seeing them together. They are both men of science trying to build something. I love all of these different materials that he just found out of nowhere, and just seeing how excited Senku was just by seeing all of this stuff. And they're creating gold, they're creating mercury, they're creating all of these things, trying to build this world of science, trying to help this civilization and many other civilizations. Like, I am just ready to see what Senku does next. You know what I mean? Like, what was the other guy's name? I'm forgetting everyone's names today. The antagonist.
Shishio.
Yeah, Shishio. I want to see what kind of world he's building. I can't wait to see all of that stuff. Like, I really want to read the manga, but the anime is just so good.
I will tell you this. Strong men. He's building strong man army type of warriors. I'll say that. That's what he's building currently right now.
It's like a military army, basically.
So I'm going to tell you right now, like, unless you can't wait when this is over, just keep watching it, because it's being brought to life so well.
It is
almost better, honestly. The presentation is so good for this. So good for this. So I would say just watch it until it's over, and if you can't wait till the next season, then read it. But like,
I definitely won't be able to wait until the next season.
Just keep watching, because the presentation is so unique and perfect for this show. So
what's her name? The girl with the watermelon head. I forgot her name.
Sui?
Yes. They did such a wonderful job in the anime by bringing her to life, and the way the anime gave her the little top little tail thing.
Mm-hmm.
She don't have that. She don't have that in the manga. But the way they put that in the anime for a reason is to show her like a pet, but the way they show her that she's excited.
Yeah, it gives her more. It gives her more personalization. It gives her more character.
I love that. So yeah, give her more life, more as a character, and that was really beautiful to actually see this come to life as her as a character. Like, I thought honestly they were gonna botch her, because she's one of the most weirdest character of Dr. Stone, and to actually see her well done.
She's the best one. She's the best. She's the most well done.
She's the best one, well done. So I was hoping they would not botch her, and they did an amazing job with her. So I was very happy.
I love her character. I love it. I love it. I love it, and it's adorable.
It's amazing how they spend one scene.
The detective scenes were perfect. God,
they were, and also of her going across, and Sam said it was that like a gaming
loading screen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. I love that scene so much.
I don't know if you've noticed, there are a lot of video game references in the show. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many video, and not just the Monster Hunter ones. There's
references Monster Hunter
often. He mentioned Dragon Quest. He talks
Yeah.
about,
Yes, yes.
and I'm
He
like,
also mentioned Fist of the North Star.
well, they mentioned like a rift on Fist of the North Star. It was like it's kind of like a mashup. It's definitely Fist of the North Star, but it's not.
Yeah.
So
That's what I told Sam. Like it's a reference, but more of a rip. That's what I told Sam before the review. It like it's kind of like it, but not really.
So I thought that was cool.
So I was binging all of these episodes. Was it this episode that they made the ramen?
Yes.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Wasn't it so good? It was so good. And then he's like, oh, they think this is incredible. This tastes like shit.
No lie, it's understandable. Like if we go 3,000 years from now, and people that do not live with what we have now, the food, the great food is, and we taste the food that we try to make in the future, it would taste like shit to us, but for them, we'd be like, yo, this shit is amazing. Like, how the fuck did y'all think that?
I mean, well, if they haven't had like spices and all kinds of other things with food, you know, like I'm pretty sure they hadn't had a noodle ever before, and he made noodles, you know, out of like what is it,
Wheat?
foxtail meal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oof, yeah, that would taste real like grainy, but he did it. It is crazy. So no, yeah, it was. I'm sure he was like, God, their minds are blown right now. But God, this tastes like absolute garbage. But no, I love that. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. Was that what he was like? You know how I win these people over with food, and I'm like, no shit, that's the perfect way to do this.
It is. I'm like, yeah, that's the perfect way to do it. So I'm also happy about that. I think
Food medicine. That's all it works.
I was just gonna say food and medicine. They're gonna create an antibiotic. Like,
Which
this
is
is nuts.
insane, by the way. I love it. I'm like,
looking at the pictures of that antibiotics, I'm like, why is there a dog peeing on that thing? And that's one of the reasons why it's gonna be part of the antibiotic.
it's sterile.
You're reading too much into the diagram.
This will be fun. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with Dr. Stone too. Like
Agreed.
Fire Force and Dr. Stone are like the same for me. They're just a lot of fun. There are some parts of Fire Force that are super depressing. We'll talk about that, but yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with Dr. Stone. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. Let's move on to Fire Force episode 7.
Right, just like you brought it up. So start off with the scenes that you was talking about.
So I mean, it's just you know how we were talking about how we were going to learn about the sister and her past, and you know how we knew that it was like super depressing just based off of the end credits. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just as depressing as I thought it was. It was like, but they had such a anime parallel where I was like, okay, so this could have gone one or two ways, and they characterized it. It was like one could go very fanatical and be like, all right, I hate everything about this. This sucks. I'm going to be, you know, it's basically going to drive me crazy a little bit. And then the other one is like, oh, it's just going to make me more devout and more nice than anything ever before. And that's these two sisters. It's our sister and it's the princess. And I'm like, oh God, like super traditional anime, but done well. I think those two, I like those two characters. I like them together more than I thought I would actually. I was worried it was going to be too like, yeah, no, you're part of my past. I hate you. But it was like, oh no, you're still a person. And this person was able to bring you back into that. I mean, after you got punched in the face, but still.
I mean, we knew Princess Ibana gave some sympathies for Iris, the princess.
A little bit.
When she burned her clothes, like she still gave her a jacket. Be like,
that was fan service, but yes.
I mean, giving her a jacket. If it was more fan service, you would not give her the jacket and shit like that.
No, that was fan service. That
Trust me, that's fan service. Just like in this episode, there's that fan service in the bathroom scene, the shower scene. That was definitely fan service, and that was enjoyable.
It was wonderful fan service. It was great. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh my, okay, this is fine.
Right now, she's head over heels for forgot his name.
Shinra.
Yeah.
We are forgetting too many names here today.
Right?
Hey, I'm at least throwing. At least throw some
this is a lot of names. Okay, there's a lot of names.
It's a lot of animes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shinra, she was really giving a lot of love to Shinra. She's like, oh, here, my boy, eat. Here, have some food.
And then like you have what the first year of her side so jealous to be like, why are you getting feed him? And then just pinching him, be like, yo, shut up.
I mean, well, he's stronger than all of them, so yeah.
Because apparently he's man enough to be able to punch a woman. So,
but no, I like this episode. This episode was good. It's it gave us just a little bit more detail into like the history of this cast, but a little bit more of the world, and it explained exactly how she became a captain, which I was like, oh, okay, that's effed up. They definitely talked about that corporation a little bit more.
Yes.
They are still at the root of everything, but hey, you got to see that captain in action.
I really give prompts to what you just said. Her speech as well was very well done. Her speech of how she felt, it was very freaking emotional. I really not felt I want to cry, but I felt her emotion of how she wants to change the world about the fire. So girl, I get you. Let's defeat the fire.
You went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, cool. But you went the wrong side.
No.
But now, I fight the good fight with the good people.
So I thought their plan was a little weird. I was like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, so we're sending you directly into the lion's den, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. But
cool. Just throw them in there.
James, one scene threw me off. It's the scene where the captain is apparently meeting, I don't know if it's with his subordinates or two other captains, talking about how they know that the 8th is doing this investigation.
I thought he was talking to his priests.
Yeah, he was talking to his subordinates that are, I think.
So is he the one that gave him the 8th the mission to investigate the other houses, or does he just know that he's under investigation?
I think he knows he's under investigation because the conversation between the captains of 8 and 5, they're talking to each other. Yeah, all these main research and these situations, how these regular people turning into infernos, it's all because of the research within Firehouse number 1.
And that's
so where did they get this mission from?
They don't know. They just know that each and every firehouse has their own investigation, but we don't know who knows what and who's hiding what.
You'll find out.
And then you just take it.
This is why this is interesting, is what I'm saying, because when that scene happened, I go, hold up. How does he know?
Or is he that smart captain?
Oh, it's like, oh shit, that's not good.
It could be.
Oh no.
We learned a little bit about the captain's history, that he was transferred 2 times before he went to Firehouse 8. And maybe he went to these firehouses and he knew certain information that he wasn't supposed to know. So the way to shut him up, they just pretty much push him out to a different location, different firehouse, to a firehouse has no power, no position, no nothing.
I don't know, but I just thought that was I thought that was really good pacing, within the story. I thought that was really well done. I was like, wait, because it was like, here's we're gonna tie up some threads here, but here's a few more for you to grab at and be like, what's this? I was like, oh, you sneaky. So I'm telling you, I'm having a good time with Fire Force. They're telling a good story, I think.
And James, are you still watching the anime, or are you just still reading the manga only?
So I was manga only. I am starting to watch the episodes again. So I watched the last 3 episodes just so I can, watch what I already read. But it's cool. I'm honestly enjoying the manga more. Something about the pacing in the manga is just a little bit different, but I am really enjoying the anime.
Trust me, I feel the same way about a very certain manga that I'm going to talk about later. Let me tell you.
The subordinates are actually interesting too.
Yo, that dude that literally said, you ass, and about the ass, that dude was my favorite. He's very comedic. I like him.
He used the same word 4 or 5 times within one run-on sentence. I was like, what the hell are you trying to say?
So,
and the author, the most stupid ass motherfucker in this whole group, respect the shit out of you. You literally messed up, and it just dots going through your head, you can't think and you can't understand what the hell's going on through the concept.
I mean, like I said, we were talking about it before the show, the pre-show, and I was like, they really want us to feel this way about Arthur. It's intentional. I can feel it, because I'm like, no, I like everybody else in this cast. Arthur's the only one, and I'm like, why? And I'm like, that's because they must want me to feel that way. They have to want me to feel that way. It doesn't make sense.
We're talking about the same guy who can't have his same sword skills if he uses a sword in his different hand.
Oh my God.
He thought he was the Prince of Tennis for a second. I was like, nah, kid, that ain't how this works.
Did you get those snake shots? No.
But I don't know. I liked the mini the mini tournament arc that they just did in this one episode. I liked it because it kind of gave you a little bit more of a look at some more firepowers because we really hadn't seen that many more. And I'm like, this is really. I hope that they keep kind of showing us some more firepowers as we go along because I'm like, they could do a lot of really cool stuff. Like, how many different types of firepowers can you do? I'm interested to see.
That I will 100% agree because the trumpet thing really threw me off on the whole.
It was amazing. I love that.
What the big deal with trumpet?
Very like when you of all the things to think of, I was like, that's a very unique weapon.
It is very scientific type of shit. Like
I was just like, that is just not a normal thing. I was like, that's a bleach thing right there. That's a bleach weapon.
You're using a giant tuba to use gas and air from the fire and then turning it into ice. I was like, wait, how you just turn more than absolute zero?
They all freaked out too. Hey, that was ice. How'd you do that? They're like, hey, we all got firepower. Hey, hold up, you got ice? That ain't. Ooh.
Okay. Like, hey, that's cheating right there. I'm like, it's still fire. It's just.
I loved it. That was good.
Nice. Like,
but that first captain, I'm very curious.
Burns.
Very, very, very curious about that guy because he seems super OP. By the way,
he did.
Super OP, and I mean, like, well,
I can neither confirm nor deny this thing.
Because I'm like, he seems like going back to Bleach again, number one captain, you know.
Captain Yamato.
Yeah, Yamamoto. And so I'm like, I mean, he was super OP too. Then he came in and got washed instantly by some random rando. So
that's true.
I don't know.
I mean, it was the captain.
Right. Yeah,
but the first captain, he was able to take a full-on blast from Shiro's kick.
Like
his chest.
That was his strongest attack, and I was like, "Yo!" And they made it look extra damaging, and I was like, "Oh, he hit him face." He was in the same spot, didn't move, exact same spot, didn't even he didn't flinch.
And then he does the same anime trope of "you have a lot to learn." One step, like what the hell did you just do?
Yo, the one step threw me off. Like, yo, boom! I'm like,
he just took one step to the ground, and Shinra just got poof.
Yeah, but no, I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying this show.
I agree with Ray. I'm enjoying it. I'm just doing like some cutscenes and pacing, but I am enjoying it as much as Ray. Just pacing and the editing, not a big fan of, but overall, I am enjoying it still.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go on to the next anime, to the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, episode
something
9.
even more depressing.
I'm about to say this show always almost makes me cry, always, because it's done so well, and sometimes I'm like, God, everything sucks in this world. I hate it.
Everything does suck. My girlfriend was watching it with me. She's like, "This is depressing." Like, this is really depressing. You have this guy, these soldiers who pretty much gave up everything. Some of them aren't even soldiers. They just gave up everything so that they could stop this war. They became monsters. They were willing to give up their humanity to do what's right. And then the reaction causes them to lose their minds, and they think they're doing the right thing. I can't remember his name, but there was this one guy who was robbing stagecoaches. He was robbing the surrounding towns. He was robbing people just passing through different towns for their gold and stuff, trying to make money for his people. He thinks that he's helping them, but really he's murdering a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, there was this other guy. He just wanted to see the ocean, and he's not thinking about the towns that he's walking through. He's not thinking about that railway that everyone needs for import and export. He just wants to see the ocean. It's not their fault, but they kind of have to die, and it sucks. It really sucks. It's so depressing.
And it's so hard.
So do we all agree Hank might die by the end of the season in 3 episodes?
I mean,
No.
Either some villain that does kill him or his own guilt will end up killing him.
I'll tell you right now, Shaw has to go through a lot more before it's her and Kane. So no.
No. It's because the manga's still going on too, so I'm just curious about that. But this episode made me realize, like, yo, people in war to see this type of shit, like to see an anime do this type of thing where it shows PTSD done well, like it really hits you to make you realize like, yo, people going through war and coming back, sometimes they don't really come back because they just still stuck there sometimes and just going through what they hurt and like of what they're suffering and still just going back in their mindset. It really makes you think like, damn, this is some hardcore, just Hank like getting his whole fucking chest getting hurt by the hound. Like, yo, Hank, turn my dude, fight back. And he just
but he remembered what he did when he transformed. That was the one thing he did not want to do. He didn't want to lose himself to that, and he did. And he hated himself for it. And God, it was so hard to watch. Like, I hate to watch good characters struggle with their own demons. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely is struggling with his own demon. And it's like, golly, this sucks. Because I'm like, you want to be good so bad, you know, but everything around you is just not good.
I understand what he did, but stripping him of his rank, like,
right,
he's helped save so many people. It's understandable why he lost it. Like, maybe help him. But that's the other thing. It's the tragic thing. It's like, oh, we need soldiers when there's a war. Now that there's not my problem. You know?
It's like we literally don't care about you. Thank you.
Thank
you for your service. Yep. Now you are you're a burden to us now.
Exactly.
So
it's like so fucked up.
It really is.
And for the major is too clouded with revenge against his older brother Kane, and also just to accomplish his goal of taking out the all incarnate. So,
well, I mean, it's also a redemption for his family, is what he's trying to accomplish, because this dude is literally one of the baddest people ever in this universe, and it's his brother of all people.
Can I talk about that for a second? How does Kane get to be a vampire? Everyone
not just any vampire, by the way. He's technically Dracula.
Everyone else gets turned into some other creature. He gets to be an immortal vampire that can regenerate from nothing.
Hank is Fenrir, which is like technically one of the strongest things in mythology. So
he is also really powerful.
Hank is incredibly powerful.
That's why
everybody else. I would have been like, if I was the what was that one guy? What was he? He was like a freaking Minotaur. If I was a Minotaur dude and I saw Kane and I was like, what the how did you get to be a vampire? I'm a Minotaur.
No, because I mean, some of these people have to hide. Like the girl from this episode, from the latest episode, they have to hide.
The siren.
They're not accepted anymore. He gets to be a vampire that looks the same forever. How does he know? That's not cool.
I think that he'll have a form that they'll show off at some point that he just never had to use. So.
Life is unfair.
right? That's what's so depressing. It's like, life sucks. It's unfair. Sometimes you have to kill your friends. It sucks.
or all of your friends. It literally sucks, and they come back to haunt you.
Oh, your whole squad.
It's so bad. I love this is one of the best anime of the season. Like hands down. I love it.
It sucks that's 12 episodes only. It really is.
I'm okay with that because this is a story that like I'm okay with that. Like do what you need to do and then come back.
Shawl, that's her name.
Yeah, Shawl.
I need more of her. She's finally gotten to the point.
Well, she's the main character, and they're just not showing you that.
She's finally gotten to the point where she realizes what Hank was trying to do this entire time. I need more of her doing what she's doing.
Well, writing for her.
I need more now. Like 12
manga. Yes.
I need more time. I don't have enough time.
The manga.
Just know that if you guys want to jump on the manga, I was told by some of our fans that they are doing it very different from the anime. They're doing the story very different. So if you guys want to jump into it, just know that it'll be very different. Like they say that the story is so different, but the same characters, but just storyline is they do it a bit different.
Someone needs to create manga audiobooks so that I can listen.
Wait. That doesn't make sense, though. Would you like audio for comics?
Like a light novel. Exactly. That's exactly that.
I mean, I listen to audiobooks of novels.
But then, don't you want to see the pictures of the comic books?
I mean, not necessarily. If you write it like a light novel, it's still the story.
Okay.
In a pinch, at least I'm getting something, right?
Because I mean, they would still describe, like in a light novel, they describe what's happening. It's not like
Yeah.
you need pictures in a light novel. So
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That could
But
work.
no, this anime is so good.
Great.
If you're not watching it, I encourage you to give it a shot.
Yes.
It is not your typical shonen. So there's
Oh,
that.
at all.
I thought Hank was dying this episode.
I will say 100% that it's got the heaviest story of. It's got the heaviest story of all the anime that we're watching. Second being Vinland Saga. So
Definitely.
If you're up for depressing anime, but it's very good, watch Tiribian Sacred Beast. Next anime on our list, Vinland Saga.
Well,
Speaking of another depressing anime.
One after another.
We're going to talk about very briefly since James haven't seen it fully, so we're going to talk about briefly this episode. And this episode was great. Continues to being good. Continue hearing.
This was the best episode yet.
I love the message. I do want to bring this up. The message that they said that we're all enslaved to our own ambition and goals and dreams. I love that it was well executed and it was a good transition to the next one, to the next message with Thorfinn and his father and the both of those messages were well done. That there are no enemies. Both of them, it's just well done. This anime is well executed. The story, the transition, well done. It's just amazing.
Well, that first part, it really reminds me of Attack on Titan when Kenny was about to die and he said everybody's addicted to something. That's what helps them drive throughout the entire life. Either religion, power, women, wealth, like anything of whatever. Somebody is a slave to their one of the desires and stuff like that.
I mean, it just goes back. Everybody's got a vice.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. And they kind of just bring that to light. It's like everybody is fighting for something for some reason.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Sometimes they don't know exactly what it is, and sometimes it's themselves. They're their own worst enemy. It boils down as simple as that, and they do a really good job of painting that through the characters through this episode. But then if you try and apply that to Askeladd, what do it's funny what you might think about and what you might find, and that's why they didn't put the focus on him, because what's he enslaved to, right? So it was a really good episode. I like this. I feel so bad for Thorfinn all the time.
I feel as well.
And I want him to be successful, but in him being successful, he also loses, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks. I hate that. But I don't know. This anime is just really good. It's so good. This episode, the battle scene for this one was the best one so far.
I love how
the big battle scene was so good.
I don't know. Like,
so remember the dragons.
So it's pretty. The previous episode was.
Yes.
There are dragons?
No, not necessarily.
I know the scene you're talking about. Yes,
that's technically from the episode before.
Yeah,
but,
that episode.
But it was like,
good.
They flashed back to it. It was so good. Oh,
it was well done.
But the fight in this one, dope. It
and
was
also,
actually like, I really enjoyed the fight in this one too, because it definitely showed character progression.
And
100%.
Definitely, my favorite was the extra. The extra that was.
Oh my god! At the very end, and it basically. I don't normally rewind stuff. I definitely rewinded that. I was like, who the heck was that?
I was like, yo, he just threw a fucking axe.
That axe went quite a ways, let me tell you. So this, James, I need you to watch this. I think you'll enjoy this.
Did you watch the first episode first? Remember that first 3 minutes of that first episode?
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh my god! Oh my!
I think you will love this a lot. This anime.
I'm telling you, if you like Amanda Sacred Beast, you're going to enjoy this.
I know. I just need to find the time to binge it. Now, I've seen a lot of people compare the MC to Eren.
Oh yeah,
No.
They are very comparable.
So they are. But it's very loose and just in how grim their situation is. But okay. I will say that one is super sci-fi and out there, and one is like historic.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
So I mean, it seems more historic and kind of grounded. This one does, but it's still really impactful. So I don't know. I think you'll enjoy it. Thorfinn is just, it's another one of those tragic heroes. It sucks, but 100% a tragic hero to a T. So,
Definitely.
I don't know, just really good show. I can't wait to talk to you about it because
It's great.
it's my number 2 for the whole season. So,
All right, let's move on to DanMachi season 2, episode 7.
Damn, Ray with that face so clear, like, DanMachi. Talk about it.
I'm getting so mad at this show. The only part of this episode that mattered was like the last 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Literally, the last
That's
15
good.
minutes is all that mattered.
That's good. That's 15 minutes. That's a good 70% of it.
That of the story, yes, because nothing happened before that.
Well, I do agree because the thing that me and Sam, kind of theorized that the God killer thing is that is most likely gonna kill or she's gonna try to plan to kill Freya. That's
Yep.
what
I mean, that's the whole plan. Yeah, that's the whole plan. Because that frees them up to use their powers. Remember?
Yeah.
But I don't know. The last 2 episodes of this, I've been like, okay, is anything good gonna happen? Then literally not until the end of this episode did we get something where I'm like, okay, I'll pay attention now. And
where I agree 100% with what you're saying. Like I told Sam as well, and and I also said on Twitter that this is my favorite episode of the season because it actually had the most story progression to know where we're going. Why we had the war arc, why we had this.
I was about to say this is the first episode to tell us what the plot is for the season.
So that's why this was my favorite episode. So I'm like, okay.
And how many episodes has it been?
7 episodes.
7. It took us 7 episodes to find out what was happening with the plot.
And it's sad that they had years to do this, and it felt so rushed. I'm like,
exactly. That's the problem. It felt so rushed, and yet nothing's happened until now.
And it sucks, but understandable that they just made a movie. It just came out this past July, and I get it. But I wish they made it much better, more condensed, or have maybe 24 episodes, or maybe 16 episodes. I don't know, it'd be weird. But overall, I'm enjoying it, but not enjoying it as much as I love season 1. So
because season 1 was incredible.
It was.
And I think that's part of the problem. I keep comparing it directly to season 1, which is fair because it's the same show.
I was just going to say, you should be able
exactly.
to.
So that's my problem. It's like, it's just nowhere near as good as the first season.
Are you still watching season 1, James?
I'm on like episode 6.
Okay, not bad. You move. So
I'm actually rewatching it.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I just need to again make time.
Cool.
Season 1 is good, so relish it.
We actually enjoyed the side story too with the whole Sword Ontario.
Yeah, that was good. So definitely watch Sword Ontario after. Don't rush into season 2. Watch season 1, then Sword Ontario, then watch season 2.
You can take a break before season 2 and then come back to it.
I mean, for season 2, I'm actually rewatching it in dub. Because I know High Dive has it. It's actually same voicing, same. It's pretty good. It's right now the voicing is still great. It's only the anime itself is just like the story progression from. It's still the same with the sub anime though. So.
And how's the god, the King of Games Apollo voice?
It really does sound like the guy from Sword Art Online, the pervert prince that was a king with.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
It fits perfect. So yeah, it fits perfect. So
wow.
Okay, it works. You
wow.
I didn't expect that, but wow, did not know that.
Like this.
Right?
Yeah, he's a real sicko. Like, oh my god.
Sam, you're not helping the situation.
I mean, like, you need to get like voice actor for it, and like, if you're willing to play it, go right ahead.
True. Well, hopefully, other people are enjoying DanMachi season 2. Let us know what you guys think about it.
All right, guys, let's do a quick recap of what else we've been watching or reading in our time.
Well, I'm going to say first what I've been watching. I'm going to say is that I'm watching a new one called Oh Maiden in Your Savage Season, and I'm loving this anime. It's actually my top 4 anime season, and it's very good, slice of life, and I'm enjoying it hella much because it's like the idea of what it's sex. And plus there's a book club talking about it. So it's very different, and I gotta give a shout out to Pro Cypher who got me into it. I didn't expect I would like it, and plus the animation is so clean. And it's very different from what we get with Vinland Saga, Fire Force, Dr. Stone, with all the stuff that's, very big name. And to watch this anime is so clean, and it's just so relaxing to just kick back and watch it. So I'm really enjoying this season. And definitely, James, you should watch the Gun anime. it's the best isekai anime to me. A lot of people don't like it. Like I know Sam's not a big fan of it, but the gun anime I'm enjoying it more than mom anime and plus the Chi Magician because I really took a pause on that and just taking my sweet time to catch up on it. But the gun anime I'm enjoying the most. Definitely fucking hardcore.
That last episode of Gun Anime was way too perverted.
Ray and Sam are just like, no.
Yeah, too edgy. But the gun anime is definitely good. I am enjoying it, and it's definitely one I'll be reading instead, though. That's just me.
It ain't good.
Ray, did you watch it?
It's nothing compared to the manga, and they just went way too sexualized.
I respect it. I can see, and plus the CG sucks. The CG is very noticeable in this in this gun anime, and I hate it. But Ray, did you watch it?
You said two things. You said the gun anime, and you said Cheat Magician, and I got mad and I fell asleep at the same time.
Watch the gun anime then.
I've seen bits and pieces. I actually, because I haven't bought it yet, so I've seen I've watched stuff on YouTube because I'm like, well, let me watch some of the fights, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like the fights look okay.
But, like I said, the dub is pretty cool, but
yeah,
like I said, Sam is more of a fan of the manga. He says to suggest to read it, which I will be reading it after the season.
Because it's so weird how they do their CG animation with
really
boss fights.
James would hate the CG.
It's not great. It's really not great.
Well, I have a show that's better than that one, and you should watch it anyway.
And what have you been watching?
It's called Symphogear, and you need to watch it.
Okay,
never heard of it.
You need to watch Symphogear. It is all available on VRV/Crunchyroll now. There's like 5 seasons. Symphogear is freaking fantastic. It's like a magical girl anime, but it's a transforming magical girl like battle suit anime. But it's all done with incredible music. It's so good. I am so mad that it took me this long to find out about Symphogear. Symphogear. It's so good. And one of the main characters is this redhead dude who is just nutty. I need you guys to watch this. It's a very different take on I love it. I love it. It's all I love music. Music is a big thing for me. And this show has incredible music. And nice. I don't know if I told you, if I explained it. When they're battling, they're singing all of their attacks because they're fighting. The main enemy is literally called noise, and they fight noise with song, and it's incredible. Oh, I love it.
I think I've really heard of it.
I have fallen in love with Symphogear, and it's put JoJo.
Is this a current anime?
Yeah. They're simulcasting the new season right now. Now, I think.
Then yes, I've heard of it. I was thinking to watch it this season, but just haven't had the time to actually watch it sometime.
They put all the seasons up on Crunchyroll, so you've got 5 seasons to watch. So it's really good. I don't know. I fall in love with this, and I don't know. I like it. I could tell you about this because it doesn't really spoil anything, but it kind of does. So I don't know. I just feel like give it a few episodes. Like the first few episodes is kind of like it's really confusing, but it's just that it's got a really cool presentation. It presents itself really well in the start, and then you get introduced to the main character, and it goes from there. I like it.
Song of the Valkyries. I like that.
I like it. I did not think I would enjoy. I just randomly gave it a go. I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. And usually, sometimes I'm most of the times I'm really disappointed when I try an anime like that. I'm like, let me see what this random thing is I've never heard of. But this one, I'm like, oh no, I hit the jackpot with this one. This one's good.
My queue right now.
So yeah, watch Symphogear. I hope that you guys like it because I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's like my number 3 for the year. So
I'll check 3 episodes out by the next episode that we do.
Yeah, give it a shot. Just whenever, just give it a shot because it's not something that a lot of people are watching. Period. So, but it's really, well, apparently in Japan they are, but it's really good. So
what you should be watching is a Isekai Cheat Magician. That's what you should be watching.
Hey James, how you doing, my guy? What's going on?
I think James is the only one that's rooting for Cheat Magician more than any of us.
And that's okay.
I'm having fun, bro.
You really like this.
James, I was on your train.
That last episode was kind of rushed. damn, like you already did this already? You kill off this person already? Like what the fuck?
I mean, you're not spoiling anything for me, Sam.
I honestly don't care. It's just there for me to have fun. I already have anime like Sacred Beast ruining my life. I
Very
just
true. You just need something fun. I can understand that.
I get that.
You need some happiness in your life. Why
Yeah.
why not just watch the if it's for my daughter, even defeated Demon Lord?
I
Oh
am
my
watching
God.
that. I am a couple episodes behind, but I am watching it.
Go.
You need some happy spirits in your life after watching Abandoned Sacred Beast.
I haven't watched that yet though.
James, what other animes have you been watching?
So I haven't been watching anything else besides what we talked about in the main topics, but I have been reading
Ooh.
Dragon Ball Super.
All right, so straight to it
And
then.
Ray, I have
Go
been
for it.
waiting to talk to you about chapter 51. This chapter was so good. Miguel, are you reading it? I know you said you were gonna try to catch up.
I am literally 2 chapters 49. I was trying to catch up today, but thing is, me and Sam finished late, and I was trying to catch up those 2 chapters, but I couldn't do it. But I will do it next month if you get to talk about it. So next month, I definitely got you guys.
Okay, I won't
So go
spoil
ahead.
anything.
No,
but
go ahead. No worries.
Moro
Strictly,
is
go ahead.
clearly way more powerful.
I feel like they keep solidifying how strong he is. It's nutty how strong Moro is, that they literally cannot do the same things they've always done, which is just trying to keep throwing themselves at them and hoping they get stronger, because they won't get as strong as he is the conventional way. They just won't, which is insane to me. And they've already tried like 3 different. This is the first time I feel like the first time they've tried like 3 different approaches to this, and each one failed.
Yep.
Which is crazy to me. So they're doing that now. It's like drastic changes, except I mean Goku's is along the same lines as what Goku always does. This is what Goku does.
Just a little bit more interesting.
Just a little bit more interesting this time.
Because when he says a certain piece of dialogue, I'm like, wait, does he think that Beerus knows how to use, like,
or at least a little bit?
Yeah. Like he has the mentality to do that thing where he doesn't think about it. I'm like, wait,
exactly. Well, no, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
that's literally what it is. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
and
it's not really a spoiler, but to me, Goku is finally trying to master Ultra Instincts.
He's finally trying to get good. You know what I mean?
He's trying to find a way to master it, because that's gonna be his track of trying to defeat Moro. And Vegeta has a completely different track where he's trying to learn a new technique of some kind,
make a new technique.
Dude, it is getting so interesting. With
our characters are finally like growing in Dragon Ball.
My hope for this is that when they do, because we know goddamn well they're gonna bring back the anime sometime soon. Hopefully they adapt this to the anime, because I want this.
Absolutely. So far, this has been far more exciting than everything we got previously in Super. Minus Tournament of Power, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say minus the Tournament of Power.
This has been so much fun. Like this is like peak Dragon Ball. I love this.
When I read the last 5 chapters, I was like, yo, this dude is fucking powerful, and the way he talks, like the way he's written as well. I'm like, okay, now I see where James and Ray is coming from, because I see that he's actually written well in the way he talks. He seems like he reminds me of a mixture of Beerus and Wiz, that's how I saw him as. It's a weird mixture.
Definitely be a destroyer, I can tell you that.
So I saw like, yo, my dude's powerful, and
absolutely.
And what I saw on Twitter is that he went back to his young self from one of his wishes.
No. So because you know that he absorbed so much energy, he was just able to revert to a form that's pretty much his peak,
his prime.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically that's his strongest form.
Okay, but he still has one more wish to use, right?
No, he used all the wishes.
Okay, that's all gone. Yep. Okay, that's freaking cool.
He wished for his full power back, and I mean, he's pretty much on a road tour, just absorbing planets of all of their energy. So he's already insanely powerful, and now he's going to be even more powerful. Like, it's nuts.
And so, like, that means our heroes have to get like even more powerful, which is insane.
But just smarter.
And that's what I feel like.
Tactical.
I feel like that's what makes them more powerful this time around. Is they're fighting smarter, not harder. Because it's always just been, all right, this wall is strong. We just have to hit it as hard as we can. I've got to hit this wall harder than I've ever hit it before. And now we have to be like, oh, well, if we hit the wall in this certain spot, it'll weaken the structure and it'll crumble. So who knows? We'll get like I am more interested in what's happening with Vegeta than anything.
Oh yeah.
I've always
about Vegeta for
I
me.
think they finally figured it out. They finally figured out that Toriyama's like, okay, you love Vegeta, so I'm gonna give Vegeta some good stuff. It's finally happening.
Like, better character than Goku.
He is.
He always has been.
Even with what they just showed us, it shows me that he thinks differently. He thinks, I don't know. I really want to see what he's doing. What the hell are you doing, Vegeta? Like, and I will have to wait till the end of next month to find out. And I'm so mad.
And don't worry, guys. Next month I'll be part of this conversation.
Finally, yes. But no, I'm telling you, I'm in love with Dragon Ball right now. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's overrated. That's just because you don't like fun. Simple as that.
Clearly,
it's like James said, cheap magician, Ray. That's why you don't like fun either.
Nah, that puts me to sleep. So I like a good nap, so that's fine. I'm telling you, James, I've watched 2 episodes of Cheap Magician each time, right to sleep. So if I want to go to sleep, I watch Cheap Magician.
See, you need 4 episodes of Cheap Magician.
I will sleep for 2 days.
But since we're on the topic of reading stuff, I've been wanting to talk about this for the past 3 weeks to bring this up on here, and it's the best time to have the whole crew here. So people that are 16 and over, listen to this. You guys are not, because I'm reading this nice, interesting manga, and it's called Manga, and it's from Korean manga. It's called A Pervert's Daily Life, and that's the manga I'm reading, and it's very interesting, very good. Do you guys want to hear the plot? Because I'll tell you real quick. It's literally about a girl masturbating every day.
That's a dojin, sir.
But it's a manga, and it's very interesting, and I like it. And it's 64 chapters, and I read all 64 within a week.
I bet you did. You pervert.
Very hey, it's a part of the manga.
Wait, James. Right, are you guys surprised?
No, I'm not. You went to a hentai panel.
I was gonna bring it up. That's how you surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. If anything, this hentai panel has emboldened you.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I might as well have it.
I'm gonna always say it. I'm always gonna say it.
Good, because I was gonna always bring it up.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says we went to a hentai panel once. Yeah. I want to make those shirts for you.
Those are good shirts.
Ray, can you have that? Can you have that like in your merch store?
Not my merch store. Nah.
So if we have it for Anime Lady, can you buy one and have it on?
Maybe, who knows? So this manga though, the manhwa that you're reading about. Like, is that all it is?
Oh well, there is a love story too. There's a love story. So her day job is that she works for IT to make games, graphics, and everything like that. But she gets real horny very easily. So she goes to the bathroom, she goes outside, and sometimes masturbates when she gets very, excited. So then she gets to that aspect. But then her mentor, she falls in love with the mentor, and then but then she lives with the mentor because she's doing a type of program. So she gets the job officially, and then she falls in love with the mentor, and the mentor falls in love with her. So they fall in love, and then that's the love story aspect. And then the love story aspect, they have a kid. So that's around chapter 60. I'm telling you guys because most likely you guys are never gonna read it or touch it. So that's how it's that's how those 64 pages chapters are still going on. But there's a twist: is that one of the mentor's friend is in love with the mentor, and she wants to be with him instead of the girl that is taking the pervert. So right now it's kind of like a love triangle going on right there. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah, that's
I'm not judging you. I'm just like, oh, okay, yep, this is a Jojishin.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm reading. And the other thing that I highly recommend to use Ray last week is Spat Family, which I also recommend to James. Spat Family is very good.
I will be reading that when I can.
Because right now you're reading One Piece still, right? 10 chapters a day.
I'm still in the. I'm not reading 10 chapters a day. You think I got time for that? If anything, it's like one a week now. I like for the first like 4 days, I read like 10 chapters a day, and then I was like, I have other stuff to do, and so I did. But when James, when you were talking about how you were preferring to read Fire Force, of watching, I'm 100% like that. One Piece. One Piece is so easy to read. And I think that's why it's so popular. It is so easy to read.
It is.
It's fun and it's easy to read and it's got good characters. I'm in. I mean,
we got one on my train, Captain.
I mean, Zoro's way better than him anyway, so it's whatever.
My girlfriend says the same thing because we are on technically right now in episode 51. So
I knew I liked her more than I liked you, but that's just fine. It's okay. Zoro's way better than Luffy. Luffy's just this goofy dude who got these crazy powers that can't die, and it's lit. But Zoro's like, nah, I'm a real man, and I fight with swords.
You don't really say that, guys, so no worries. But you know,
it feels like
Luffy's the captain.
Like you could look at him and be like, yeah, that's a real man. He fights with swords.
Well, sure.
I just like to give you stuff about Luffy, but no, I'm having a good time with One Piece. I really am. I don't know. It's just I'm happy that I'm finally reading it. Like it's like I wish that I had found this. I wish that I had discovered One Piece in high school, to be honest with you, because I would like even then I would have loved it. Like there's no part of my life where I would not have liked this, but to have had One Piece and Naruto in high school would have just been lit. So, but I'm glad I have it now.
Wait,
never too late.
Wait! In high school, you never had all three of Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece all together.
Bleach and Naruto were better, so I didn't read One Piece. Simple as that.
You don't get to read all three?
No, I didn't read all three. I was poor. Do you remember how difficult manga was to get?
Website scans, illegal scans.
No, those scans were full of viruses 10 years ago, dude.
I wish I was into
There's
manga.
virus plus
Was all
blockers.
No, you don't understand how technology was not the same 10 years ago. It was not. It was not easy to just be like,
I did it through my phone.
Blocker. It'll be fine.
I did it through my phone, right there with my iPhone 4. I was reading it right there.
Oh, see,
10 years ago?
You think 10 years ago was an iPhone 4? Good God.
No.
Oh, man.
No, 10 years ago was like 3.
So no, like, I don't know, man. It wasn't the same then. Like, it just wasn't. But now, much more accessible. Let me tell you. Much more accessible.
Thank you,
Manga
Viz.
was very expensive. Manga was
Thank you, Viz.
So yes, I'm so glad that they've like made it easy for us to purchase and have. And remember, we had to buy the volumes and all kind of crazy stuff. And it's like, yep. My mom was like, nah, you better go get it at the library. And if the library ain't got it, you out of luck, kid.
True.
Guys, if you do not have Viz, get Viz. It is $1.99 for a bunch of manga.
And you
Better get it now before that price goes up because it's worth more than $1.99.
And you get thousands and thousands of a whole catalog, backups and everything. So guys, it's
like
worth
sometimes I feel bad that I only read like 5 manga when there's like hundreds,
Right?
You know? So I'm like, I wish I could just sit down and be like, yeah, I want to read this and this and this, but you know,
Viz, we
responsibilities.
support this podcast. Sponsor us right now.
Thank you very much.
I would love that. I use it weekly. Like I don't think there's a week.
Oh, legit.
So I don't know. I love it. It's probably one of the best things that they've ever done. ever done.
You can download pretty much everything offline for 7 days. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe download 100 chapters of One Piece. It will be like easy day to catch up. I don't know.
Sure.
Thank you, Viz.
Shut up, Miguel. Hey, question for you guys about manga. What happened to Samurai 8?
Samurai 8 is still it went to its climax. The journey's good, but it's not gonna get axed because it has Kishimoto's name.
Of course.
Sadly, it's because if it did not have Kishimoto's name, it would have gotten axed around right about the next 2 chapters. Because I know a lot of people on Twitter that I talk to are not a huge fan. Slow, usual shonen trope. The father died, he got killed. Then after that, he said, "I will take my revenge against the dude." Blah blah blah. That's what happened in the most recent chapters.
So I didn't realize this was a weekly chapter release.
It's a weekly.
So it escaped me. I saw your review on YouTube. I'm like, wait, what? It's on chapter 16? How?
Already. And I dropped it around chapter 8.
And it's still within its first arc.
I've only read 2. Those chapters are really long too.
I know.
Oh yeah, usual first 3 chapters of new mangas are always long because that's trying to get the audience and everything.
Yeah. But the story doesn't start to make sense until like chapter 6. So
Yeah, agreed.
And the artwork doesn't start to get more consistent until
chapter 10.
Yeah,
because when I stopped, it was not. So yeah,
Until chapter 10 is when it got consistent and good, and like it got better, and the story got better after chapter 10 and 11. I was like, yeah, finally some actually good story. But we're still doing it to see how it goes and where it leads. So it's not that bad, but I don't recommend it to people as first readers, or don't view it. Like, if you're not a fan of Kishimoto or Naruto, don't even bother. That's
like,
it.
The only reason you like Samurai 8 and you're still going to it is because you're still having nostalgia for Naruto.
That's so.
So, it's nothing. Naruto is great, but Samurai 8 is nothing compared to what Naruto is right now.
Hell nah.
Like, there are some same images, like I think they didn't really recycle, but there was some image that looks like Karuma when it came to their god or their villain.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I told you that he still looks like Naruto every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have the main character has brothers that looks like Sasuke. The only reason the main character looks like Sasuke too,
guys,
but the only difference
guys, there's clones now. There's clones in the series. There's clones in this.
Oh.
And they literally all look like Sasuke. I swear to you, they look like Sasuke. And the main character is a white hair Sasuke.
Definitely is.
So you mean original curse mark Sasuke? LOL?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Which I think we saw twice before they changed that.
Usually everybody gets one, but we got lucky. We get 2.
Oh my god.
But yeah, there's a lot of mangas to read. I've enjoyed my boatload full for every week. What stand out to me was like Goblin Slayer. That's some really good. That's still really good.
I
manga.
forgot about Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer's a really good manga.
Both their faces were like, wait, what? Goblin Slayer still exists?
I completely forgot.
It's great. No, it's really great.
Okay.
And also, I'm reading Why the Hell Are You Here, Sensei? The manga.
Of course you are.
It's much better than the anime. The real fan service.
It's uncensored. Yeah,
it is.
Episode 4. I am bored out of my mind, and I can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, like
I saw on Twitter that High Dive said as soon as it's available on Blu-ray, it will be uncensored on their network. So,
yeah, that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you won't get bored after that.
If I'm paying $60 for 12 episodes, I want the uncensored.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely.
Other manga was One Punch Man. A lot of people didn't like this new chapter because so far this arc there wasn't a lot of Saitama, but this recent chapter I really liked it because finally one of the S rank heroes meets with Saitama, a different one that doesn't know that Saitama is too OP.
Sick.
And this S rank, he's also pretty OP himself. It's like it was Flashy Flash. That's literally his hero name.
Really?
Yeah, and he is like one of the most fastest samurais, much faster than Sonic, much better than a lot of the other samurais who had to turn into monsters just to be able to try to match him. Nope.
He's about to get fucked up though.
Yeah, pretty much. He was like so confused. Like, wait, you can see my attack? Wait, you can dodge? Wait, you can catch up to me? Like, what the? Like, I didn't think it was possible. No one in the world is supposed to be like this, yet you're able to be like this.
I need Saitama versus Tornado.
Oh,
She needs to be put in her place right now.
I'd love to see that.
My Tornado alone.
She is so annoying. You need to be put in your place.
She is very.
She is. I do agree on that.
Epitome of a spoiled brat. I mean, but it's like, but I like it. It's fine.
I prefer the sister more, Fubaki.
That's right. She does have a sister, but I
Yeah,
don't really
the younger sister, but she has the younger sister has a full body, literally more grown body.
That's true.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm gonna call the FBI.
Remember, Ray?
She's legal.
Fire Emblem.
I know. That's why I'm worried about Sam. They're gonna get him.
Made an observation.
But no, okay, cool.
Yeah. That's okay, guys. Let's move on to our news. Babylon TV anime reveals its first promo video.
This
So
promo was cool.
I also thought it was cool. I'm interested. Not a fan of the animation.
Of course, I
But
saw that coming.
I am interested enough that I might be able to overlook it, but just looking at the promo, not feeling the animation at all.
Like the CG animation does kind of is a little weird, but the story looks pretty good. Like
Agree?
It seems like something that'd be really good to play on the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, actually, that's really true.
Like Danganronpa, but yeah, no, we have to watch it instead.
Like I see, like there's some lawyering stuff. Like, is this like a Ace Attorney kind of thing, Phoenix Wright kind of game, anime?
Cool, and I do agree with what Sam just said. I was gonna say like it kind of looks like some type of mixture of some type of detective type of thing. But it looks cool. The theme looks cool. But I agree with James. I knew once I saw like James is gonna say he's gonna hate it. Me, I like it, but it's alright. But I knew that James was gonna hate it. But I have hopes for it. I'm very optimistic for shit. But this could go in a bad way or a good way. Who knows?
Okay, cool. Moving on, the new One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows game trailer. Ray, your thoughts?
This game does something that I was not thinking it was gonna like. I just didn't think about this. So whoever was designing this game, first off, kudos to you because this is an amazing thing.
It's genius.
One Punch Man is a show about a man that is literally unbeatable. He is the strongest. Nobody can beat him. So how do you make a fighting game about him? You have to make him a mechanic. You have to make him a handicap, meaning that you are at a disadvantage if you pick him. And it makes sense. And when I say a disadvantage, when you pick Saitama, you pick two characters in this game. I think it's a two-person tag fighter. But when you pick Saitama, you only have one character available, and you basically have to survive until Saitama gets there. If you survive before Saitama until he gets there, he defeats his opponent in one punch. That's the way it works.
And I love that.
But it's like it's got some people, some super analytical fighting game people are like, it's got like some like super weird dodge mechanics that make the game easier. But I'm like, but this is a game that's supposed to be fun. I don't think this is supposed to be a competitive fighting game. So it looks like a ton of fun. Like if you wanted to get me excited about anything One Punch Man, this was the way to do it because I'm very excited about this game and will be buying this game. You know how I felt about the My Hero game.
What platform?
Kick Force. I don't know yet.
I'm definitely getting it for PC.
Okay, then that's probably where I'll get it too. But no,
this game will be played by Sam on Twitch here in my crib, and I'll be watching them.
I can't wait to play this.
Using the moving rider to dodge and.
I was just gonna say
if you choose moving rider, you'll be leaving. You're not choosing moving rider in my house.
I want to choose.
Don't choose moving rider. I'm gonna kick Miguel out of his house, so it's fine.
No moving rider, no justice bullshit dude here that goes throw a bike and doing trash.
I can't wait for you to get your package in the mail. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my god, that makes me curious to get what the hell am I getting? I better not get moving rider, and I'm like, I guess I have to put it here. Hey.
Oh no, it's even better. But this game was really good. So I hope that all One Punch Man fans buy this game because it looks like this team has some really good ideas.
I agree. In the game wise, with me, not joking about no movement rider or anything like that. The game wise, this looks really cool to actually survive with you being played as Saitama and then the two characters like Ray say surviving for I think it's 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Or take a minute and some seconds
for him to get to the battle.
Yeah, it's very well done. Like I was like, okay, this is very different. Like I've never seen it in any other game, so they knew how to play this route. Like whoever,
it's like the anime. He doesn't show up until the last minute, and then he just punches someone.
Like, oh shit, my fault. I just came and just took a swing. I'm like, well, okay, thank you, my dude. Let's go grab lunch now. Like, okay.
How they did the story is really good. Like, you see Moomin Rider calling him, like, okay, I'm on my way. I'm going to rush as fast as I can. You literally have a small bubble of seeing Saitama, like, running really fast.
I'm honestly the most excited to play as Genos. That character is so cool, so awesome. I can't wait to play as Genos.
I'm wondering if you can have the hero hunter Garo into this game.
That
Most
was-
likely it will be DLC. I bet you it will be DLC.
Oh, 100%
Yeah,
DLC.
It'll be
course.
definitely
Make money for
DLC.
this.
Or the sequel.
Mm.
And Ray, will you be getting DLC for One Punch Man?
No, I don't buy DLC unless it's really important.
But you
It depends on what I'm getting too.
you do get the alien, the super
Yeah, that's
powerful
dope.
alien from the end of the first season.
Shouldn't
definitely
be
dope.
DLC. He should just be in the game.
He is in the game. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not part of DC.
If he's not DLC, we're fine then. It's okay.
I can't believe I almost paid 200 for Cheek Force Go.
I'm glad that you finally listened to me subconsciously. Yeah.
I'm happy I never got it.
I'm mad that I tried it, but at least I knew that I tried it so that way I could talk track about it forever.
I'm happy that Ray tried it because I could see it through his eyes and be like, okay, this
Exactly.
game is trying.
Thank you so much for your sacrifice, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. We
You're
appreciate
welcome,
you.
guys.
He's
I
such a
took
good
one for
person in the community.
Thank you for your service. Let's move on.
Thank you, Captain. He's very proud of you.
Thanks. I hated it.
All right, and speaking about One Piece, what's next, Sam?
One Piece, Pirate Warriors 4, games trailer, previews Whole Cake Island story. Honestly, the trailer looked really good for looks really nice for Whole Cake Island.
Definitely does.
Big Mom.
Big Mom and them. Big Mom looks fat as hell, and the ways they differ, great job because they actually executed the game system in its mechanics very good.
The best way to do a One Piece game, and I'm glad that they went back to it.
And I like this because of what Ray just said, that you don't play like Luffy only. One thing that made me happy, I could play as Jinbei. I like, fuck yeah, Jinbei, my
I'm telling
fish
you,
man,
this is-
fuck
this is
yeah.
This is the way that you make these games, and it's gonna sell well. So
This one I'll definitely be
is
buying
the-
and playing it.
Same mechanics as Dynasty Warriors, and those games are really fun to play.
I mean, well, this is I think the best version of Dynasty Warriors. To be completely honest with you.
Oh yeah,
I've never played any of them, so to actually play this, the first one would be pretty cool, and it looks pretty freaking well done. Like to actually play, I really want to play as Snake Man. Oh, if they have Snake Man, most likely it'll be DLC. But Snake Man and versus Katakuri in this fight, oh, that'd be freaking amazing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. You get to play multiple characters, and you're fighting. You're a one-man army basically to fight everything around you, and all the other sub bosses that's around there. And the main boss is going to be the main villain, which is Big Mom into the Whole Cake Island arc.
I just wish I knew who any of these people were. I really need to get into One Piece. I have no idea who these people are.
Well, like Ray said, it's so easy to read. So you should be.
It's very easy to read. I'll give, but there's a lot to read. It's gonna take a while.
It's just a lot of world building. Oda really brings everything back full circle. Right now, the current anime is in the Wano. So like right now, in the manga, Wano stuff, Kaido, and all the stuff. So no matter what I say, you guys will be like, "Who's Kaido? Who's this? Who's that?" So I'd rather when you guys catch up by next year, hopefully by episode number 40 or something, you guys catch up by then.
All right, let's move on to the next news. Netflix adds Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, the Battle of Unato anime film on September 13th. James, your thoughts?
Meh. I'll see it, but I'm just so hurt from the anime. I just feel like the last 3 episodes of that first season were just so fucking boring after starting off so good right out the gate. I just don't care. I'll see it because I think the animation is still great. The fight sequences are still really good.
True.
I'll see it. I have no excitement whatsoever.
I'm kind of happy about it since it's been a long time since compared from the end of the anime to this movie now. So it's nice to go back to rewatch something or a sequel of something that you've watched before. So it's a good change of pace, good twist. Still a fan of the Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Like I know, like the last 3 episodes wasn't like the best episodes. Like it did slow it down, messed up. Something you would usually see in animes backwards. You start 3 episodes slow, and then you build up intensely, and it's fantastic. But this is the real opposite factor, which is really weird. But I guess after you've invested all this time into, I think it was 10. There was a 10 episode season. I guess after you invested 7 episodes, you know for sure you're gonna finish it with the next 3 episodes anyway. So it could be a strategy kind.
And what's weird is that my quick thoughts is that they had it on Amazon, but they're gonna have the movie on Netflix. That's also very different. So who knows why they had that type of legal issue, or they transferred it to a different service. Who knows? Or probably Netflix probably put more money on it. Like, hey, we want to buy that. All right, cool.
Well, it is licensing thing. So, but Netflix are pretty stingy when it comes to their own license. So
who knows?
Legal stuff is it gets so complicated sometimes.
Let's move on to Human Lost anime film. Video reviews October screening in the US. I'm actually looking forward to this movie. It looks really cool. What, Human Lost? It's gonna be both dub and sub. It's going to be backed by it's dubbed by Funimation, and it's I hear good things about the manga for Human Lost actually.
And plus, the directors are from Afro Samurai and Basiliski. Did I pronounce that correctly? Most likely. But the animation I like as well is more of a CG mix with standard. But this CG looks much more smooth, so I like it. And plus, the trailer was pretty cool. It reminds me of some type of Dante Inferno. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's really true. I'm also interested that the person who has his own remix music into this in Japanese music is J Balvin. He put his own, like, he's involved into the music into this movie, so that's actually pretty cool. And
Agree.
Having it in like mid-October, it's actually really soon. It's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm gonna see it in dub though. I don't know what it is, but you just know there's an anime you're gonna watch in dub. I think this is gonna be it for me.
Same here. I have to watch in dub because sub is like I could listen to all the time. I want to see different dub voice actors.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna care enough for me to pay attention to subtitles. So maybe the dub will help. I don't know. That's just how I think.
I think it's also the same people who created Godzilla, the Netflix movie where the CG animation stuff.
I don't like it, man. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is.
It wasn't that bad for me when it came to Godzilla, and this from the CG from Human Lost doesn't look too bad actually to me. Looks not so I might actually enjoy it because I kind of actually enjoyed the Godzilla Netflix movie.
I enjoyed them for sure.
Yeah, the story was really different and it's really good. Different, pretty good, but something that's completely different, and it kind of works for having a trilogy movies for it. So I'm for it. Human Lost. Let's move on to our next news. Somali and the Forest Spirit anime trailer. Thoughts, guys?
This was pretty.
Heck.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty adorable, but pretty weird at the same time.
Super weird. I'm like, I don't know what this is. It's like some weird Pan's Labyrinth meets Tiny People anime. Okay, nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think if I remember, I think I've read the first couple of chapters of this. I think the plot was that this golem who is looking for a place to die because he's running out of time until he like loses power and like he's gonna shut down anything. Next thing you know, he finds a human girl, and the last mission that he decides to put himself in is to find the parents of this lost girl, even though like she is human. But the world that they live in, there are no more humans in the entire world. Now she's wondering where does she come from? Like if she's here, there must be other humans in this world. So I gotta like go on an adventure with her and try to find her parents, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I said, like more Ray said, it was pretty weird, cute, adorable, but it's very colorful too. Colorful as hell. So I want to give it props. It's very colorful.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of up my alley. It looks really interesting. I think it's cute. I like stories like this. I think it'll be fun to watch.
It's very fun, definitely.
All right, guys. I want to put in one more a question for us before we head out to our outro. So, from YC, layman from No Anime No Life Facebook group, what is it that makes an anime great to you? Well, for you.
For me, is what Ray said earlier, is the score. The score music, if it's there and if it hits, the opening song, the ending song, if it hits all cylinder to me and it's clean animation, then I'm all for it. If the story is entertaining and it's good, at least is it good to keep me in there? That's a plus. Sometimes sub and dub voice actors sometimes takes me out of it. Like me, I cannot watch Fire Force dub voice cast. Cannot do that. No offense to them, but it was not that good. But I love some of those sub voice casts for the good anime. I was entertained by it. So, but most importantly for me is definitely the score and soundtrack. It's definitely that for me. That's my number one for me. It's the score and soundtrack.
Right?
It's got to be a combination of things. Like, because did it say what's the most important, or was it just what makes a great anime for you?
What makes a great anime?
Oh, so yes, it's a combination of things. It's got to have strong characters. I need strong characters. I need good pacing. I need a great score, like Miguel just said. I have to have really good music. So, like, it doesn't have to be really good, but it's just the music has to fit. Is what I mean. The music has, because I've watched some anime where the music just doesn't hit, and it makes a big difference. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, animation is the next thing," and I'm like, "No, animation is like it's not super big, but it can't be that CG stuff." So I've learned with Saint Seiya, it can't be that. So the last piece is it has to have it has to have character progression. The characters can be strong, but they have to learn. They have to be not just accomplishing their goals, but they also have to be growing as characters, either together or separately towards their goals. And that makes, to me, a very good anime.
Agree.
James?
Yeah, for me, numero uno is good plot, good story. If you have a good plot and a good story, you got me. Likable MC, someone that you want to follow, someone you want to see them struggle and watch them in their low points, their high points, those mid points, those points of watching them train to become what they inevitably will later on down the road. I love those types of characters. Animation pulls me in so much after the story and the characters, and the score is very important. Attack on Titan episode 1, when Carla Yeager is eaten by the Smiling Titan, the score that kicks in, the look on Eren's face, the animation of the blood falling like rain, the voiceover by Mikasa, everything throughout that scene. That's what I think of when I think of like one of the best moments in anime to me. Like all of that is what I like about anime, when it all comes together and it's just a moment. It is a moment in time where you're just watching something incredible. And that's what I love.
Dope. I think we have a similar list, James. Number one definitely has to be the story and good plot. It needs to be a story where I'm fully invested into it. Like you've made me so enjoy the story for over 50 episodes, and I'm still loving it, and I'm so gladly to put into the investment for it. Number two, it definitely says the name anime. In Japanese, it's animation. You need to have good animation, or decent or good animation, to at least give you a good start and get possible. If it's beyond the animation, even better. You get a better, higher score. But if your animation is really high up there, but your story is like sucks, or like there's barely any build or build or character development or anything like that, and it's just literally just full on animation of settings and beauty of nature, whatnot, and stuff like. I mean, if I wanted to see that, I might as well watch like something from like National Geographic and watch it real life and not in animation form. That's the reason why number one has to be story for me. Number two is the animation. Number three is the music score, the opening and ending songs, because those matter too. Those are the stuff where you're gonna be listening to every single time when you might go into this anime. If it's popping, you will never skip the opening, and if you never skip the ending because it's too great.
Unless they're full of spoilers.
Yeah, unless it's full of spoilers. But in that case, don't even watch it. Just listen to the music. But that's all that matters. And yeah, that's what I feel. That's what makes a great anime. All right, guys, let's head out to our outros. James, Ray, please give us your plugs, gentlemen.
James,
Great, you go first.
Oh no, man! Welcome back. This is my gift to you.
Remember, James. James is
Dragon Balls.
Yeah, James is always has been you first.
All right, guys, you can follow me all over social media at C4 Spoilers. Make sure to check out my podcast, the Careful for Spoilers podcast, where we review pretty much any type of movie from any genre, any decade. We just reviewed Django Unchained that came out earlier this week, and we will be moving on to It Chapter 2. And we're also going to be talking about everything that happened at D23, so keep your eyes out for that.
King of Games.
Oh yes, I was excited about T33. There's a lot of stuff that came out of D23 that made me very happy boy. So I would love to.
High School Musical.
Shut up.
Sequel, reboot. Lizzie McGuire came out as well. 30 years.
My girl Hillary Duff. Anyway, I'm rayapollo. Hey, I'm a / content creator, and I love to make fun videos that I put on my YouTube channel about the video games that I play. But every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I play games on twitch.tv/rayapollo. Right now, we're finishing up Fire Emblem, getting ready to start up on Astral Chain on Friday. I can't wait. So no, come hang out with me, have a good time. I like to have what I like to consider a positive spin on life in my chat. So, come and enjoy some fun with us. And yeah, I would love to see you. Thanks.
And don't forget to follow me, guys, at Twitter, IG, wherever else you guys see, at LegendyVash on all social media platforms. Don't forget to join our Discord server as well, where we talk to you guys daily on the aspect. And on that, guys, take it away, Sam.
Guys, you can follow me on Sam the Manga Man at IG and Twitter. So, Anime Geeks, we want to know, what are your thoughts about this podcast? If we are doing a fantastic job, give us 5 stars and write a review for us on iTunes so that one day we have ads and sponsors to help us keep this podcast going.
Like Viz, please sponsor our show. LOL.
Yes, please. We will do anything. If you write a review, you give us a shout out. We'll give you guys a shout out on the podcast and answer any questions you have. And we will give you a shout out, answer the question, give you answers, give you everything. Yeah. Also, make sure you also follow and support the Facebook and Twitch and Patreon at Anime Lately and our other social media platforms such as Twitter and Instagram at Anime Lately _. Anime Lately also has a YouTube channel where we do reviews, live reaction, and all kinds of anime manga related videos. Check them out. If you like what you see, give us a like, give us a comment, tell us no. And press the bell notification so you know that there's a new video. Thank you guys for checking in. See you later. Peace.